For decades, the world has waited for the former royal chef to speak out. He worked in the kitchens of some of the most famous people in the world, but for years, he remained silent. He watched from behind the scenes as history unfolded, but now at 63 he has finally chosen to speak up. Why has he decided to share his story now? After all this time, what could possibly have changed? What's driving him to break his silence? The question everyone is asking is, what was so important that he decided to finally tell his side of the story? The curiosity around his decision is hard to ignore. For years, the public has speculated about what life in the royal kitchen was like. Everyone wonders what it would be like to be part of the royal family's world, to work behind closed doors, to witness history as it happens. But the chef has kept his lips sealed. His silence has only added to the mystery. What secrets has he been holding all these years? What stories has he kept hidden from the world? His decision to finally speak now raises so many questions. What made him wait until now? What has changed in his life or in the world that makes this the right time to speak? Could there be a deeper reason for his sudden willingness to reveal everything? Could he be doing this to tell a personal truth he has carried for years, or is there more at play than just a simple desire to speak? Is there something in his heart that needed to be said, or is this more about the changing tides of his life? When he walked into the royal kitchens years ago, he had no idea what his life would become. Serving kings, queens, princes and princesses was an honor, but it was also a life filled with challenges. It wasn't just about cooking the finest meals, it was about working in a world that very few people could ever experience. This world wasn't just glamorous, it was full of secrets, rules and sometimes power struggles that the public never saw. He had a front row seat to a life that was hidden from the world, and yet he chose to remain silent for all these years. But now that silence is broken. At 63, the chef is ready to share the truth. What drove him to keep quiet for so long? And what is so urgent now that he feels the need to speak out? After working for so many years in the shadows, what is he hoping to achieve by stepping into the light now? His words could change everything we think we know about the royal family. What truths will he reveal? Will they be shocking? Will they be surprising? Only time will tell, but the wait is finally over. The decision to speak out is not one to be taken lightly. There are risks involved. Sharing the truth means exposing the hidden world of the royal kitchen, a place where the public's gaze is rarely allowed. It means revealing moments and stories that until now have been kept behind the palace walls. For years, the chef has seen and heard things that no one else ever will. He has been part of a world that has always been shrouded in mystery. Now at 63, he is ready to pull back the curtain and let the world see what really happens behind the scenes. What could possibly have pushed him to this point? Why now after all these years? Is it simply a desire to tell his story, or is there more at play? Perhaps he has been waiting for the right moment, the right time when everything would align for him to speak. There could be something inside him, something that has been building for years, that made him ready to speak. He is 63 now. Time is running out. The world is changing, and maybe he feels that his moment to speak is finally here. Whatever the reason, his decision to break his silence will forever change the way we see the royal family and the people who worked in their service. For many, the idea of being close to royalty is a dream. We imagine what it would be like to live in the palace, to walk through its halls, to experience its grandeur. But the chef lived that dream. He worked in the heart of the royal household, preparing meals for those who lived in the palace, behind the gates that most people would never get to enter. He wasn't just a cook, he was a witness to history, to personal moments that were never meant to be seen by the outside world. The things he saw, the stories he could tell. These are the secrets he kept for years. Why did he keep them? And why is he choosing to reveal them now? The world has long been curious about what happens behind the palace doors. We only see the public events, the carefully crafted images that the royal family presents to the world. But what happens when the cameras are off? What happens behind the walls of the royal kitchens in the private rooms where the family lives? These are the questions that have always been left unanswered. But now, with the chef speaking out, the answers may be closer than we think. What will he reveal about his time in the royal kitchens? What stories will he share about the people who served the family? And most importantly, what can he tell us about Camilla, the woman who has been at the center of so many headlines? His silence has been a mystery, but now it's time for the truth to come out. The questions will finally be answered. The world is about to hear what the former royal chef has to say, and it will be a story no one expected. Why did he wait so long to speak? What is the real story behind his decision to break his silence? The journey into the world of royal kitchens is about to begin, and it will change everything we thought we knew. For years, the former royal chef lived a life filled with secrets. Every day he worked in one of the most prestigious kitchens in the world. He cooked meals not for regular families, but for the royal family. He was there behind the scenes, preparing food for some of the most powerful people on earth. But while everyone else saw the royal family on television or at public events, the chef saw them in a completely different way. He was part of their private world, where things were not always as they seemed. He saw moments that no one else would ever witness, things that were hidden from the public eye. But for a long time, he chose to remain silent, never sharing what he knew. Why did he keep quiet for so long? Why did he, someone who had such a unique perspective on the royal family, decide to stay in the shadows? What was it that kept him from telling the world about what he had seen and heard behind the palace walls? His silence was almost as mysterious as the family he served. There must have been something deeper at play, something personal that made him decide to stay silent for all those years. The truth is, working in the royal kitchens wasn't just about preparing food, it was about being part of a world that few people ever got to see. There was power in the kitchens, power in the food, and power in the silence that surrounded it all. The chef's role went beyond just being a cook. He was a witness to history, a person who was present during some of the most important events in royal history. He saw the behind-the-scenes moments that the public could only guess about. He knew things that no one else did. But despite all of this, he never said a word. Why? Was it because he respected the family and wanted to protect their privacy? Or was it because he feared the consequences of speaking out? After all, revealing the secrets of the royal family could come with risks. There was a code of silence in the palace, an unwritten rule that those who worked in the royal kitchens were not to speak about what they saw or heard. Perhaps like many others, the chef felt bound by this code, understanding the importance of maintaining the mystery that surrounded the royal family. Or perhaps, it was something more personal. Maybe he didn't feel the need to speak until now. What could have changed in his life to make him ready to break that silence? What was it that made him feel that now at 63, was the right time to speak? It's a question that many people have been asking. The timing of his decision to reveal everything seems almost too perfect. Could it be that he has been waiting for the right moment, a time when he would no longer fear the consequences of speaking out? Or could it be that something has happened in his life that pushed him to finally share his story? Whatever the reason, the truth is that the chef had a front row seat to the royal family's life. He worked in the kitchens of the palace, where the public rarely gets to go. He saw how the family interacted with each other, how they lived when the cameras weren't around, and how they dealt with the pressures of royal life. The things he witnessed were not just about the royal family's personal lives, they were about the behind-the-scenes world of power, control and influence. The chef saw it all, but for so long no one knew what he knew. The stories he could tell were locked away in his mind, never to be shared. Until now. The curiosity around the chef's life is understandable. People have always wondered what life in the royal kitchens is really like. What does it feel like to prepare meals for kings and queens, for princes and princesses? What is it like to be part of a world that is both incredibly glamorous and incredibly secretive? The chef's experiences offer a rare glimpse into that world, a world that few people will ever get to see. And now he is ready to share those experiences. But why now? Why not sooner? What is it about this moment that has made him decide to open up? Perhaps it's because after so many years the chef feels that the world is ready to hear the truth. The royal family is often in the spotlight, and their lives are constantly under public scrutiny. But there is so much about their world that remains hidden. For years, the chef was part of that hidden world. He saw things that the public could never imagine. But for a long time, he kept those secrets to himself. Now, however, the time seems right. He is ready to share what he knows. He is ready to lift the veil of secrecy that has surrounded the royal kitchens for so long. But what exactly will he reveal? What stories will he tell? The curiosity around his revelations is growing. People want to know what the chef saw behind closed doors. Did he witness tension between family members? Did he see moments of kindness or cruelty that the world never saw? Did he hear conversations that could change the way we view the royal family? The possibilities are endless. The chef's time in the royal kitchens was more than just about cooking. It was about being a silent observer of a world that is usually out of reach. Now he is ready to share what he knows. And with each word he will pull back the curtain on a world that few people have ever truly understood. For many, the chef's life in the royal kitchens is a mystery. What was it really like to serve the royal family? What did he learn from his time working in the palace? The answers to these questions have remained hidden for years. But now the chef is ready to share his story. And with each revelation, he will answer the questions that have long been asked. The world will finally get a chance to understand the royal family in a way it never has before. The chef's decision to speak out is not just about sharing his own experiences. It's about revealing the truth about a world that has been shrouded in secrecy for so long. The time for silence is over, and the answers are finally coming to light. Camilla has always been a name that has caught the attention of the public, both in the media and in royal circles. She's a woman who has spent most of her life in the spotlight, but there's still so much people don't know about her. From the moment she entered the royal family, people have wondered who she truly is, what she's really like behind the public image. The media has painted many pictures of her, some flattering, some less so, but how much of that is the truth? How much of it is just a carefully crafted story designed for the public to believe? The former royal chef who worked closely with the family for many years has a unique perspective on Camilla. He saw her not from the perspective of a journalist or a royal watcher, but from the perspective of someone who worked directly for her and the royal family. He was there in the kitchens preparing meals, witnessing small moments and interactions that were never meant to be seen by the public. What did he see? What was Camilla really like when the cameras weren't rolling and the public wasn't watching? For years the chef kept those observations to himself. He never shared the details of what he saw, what he overheard, or what he experienced while working in the royal kitchens. But now at 63 he has decided to speak out. Why? What is it about Camilla that made him want to finally share his story? What truths is he ready to reveal? Could he shed light on a side of her that the world has never seen before? This is the big question, and the curiosity surrounding his upcoming revelations is growing by the day. Camilla quote's relationship with the royal family has always been a topic of discussion. She entered the royal family in a way that was not typical. Her story is full of twists and turns, and her path to becoming the queen consort has not been without its challenges. Many people still wonder how she truly feels about her role in the royal family, what her relationship with other members of the family is really like, and how she handles the pressures of living in the public eye. The former chef, having been there behind the scenes, might have some answers. He was present during moments when the world was not watching. While the royal family posed for pictures and attended public events, the chef was in the background preparing meals, cleaning up, and serving the family in ways that most people could never imagine. He saw the little things, the behind-the-scenes moments that gave him a glimpse into the true nature of the people he served. When it came to Camilla, did he see a different side of her than what the public got to see? Was she kind? Was she demanding? What kind of person was she when no one else was around to observe? The curiosity about Camilla's real personality is something that has lingered for years. People often see her in interviews, at royal events, and in public, but what is she like behind closed doors? What does she talk about when no one is around? What does she do when the world isn't watching? The chef, who spent years in close proximity to her, likely knows more than anyone about the private moments that have never been shown to the world. He may have been the one to witness her real character, not the one that's been carefully curated for public consumption. But the question remains, why is he choosing to speak out now? After all these years, what has changed? What made him decide that now was the time to share what he knows about Camilla? Perhaps it's because he feels that the world is finally ready to hear the truth. Or maybe it's because he believes that there is more to her story than the public has been told. The chef's decision to speak out is a game changer. It's a chance to hear the truth from someone who was there, who was in the royal kitchens day in and day out, seeing what others could never see. His perspective is unique, and his insights could reveal a side of Camilla that has never been seen before. As the chef prepares to share his story, the public is left wondering what exactly he will reveal. Will he describe moments of warmth and kindness from Camilla, or will he tell stories of tension and conflict? What were the interactions like between Camilla and the other members of the royal family? Did he see any moments of genuine affection, or were there moments of distance and coldness? The possibilities are endless, and the curiosity surrounding his account is only growing. What makes his perspective so valuable is that he was not just an observer from the outside. He was part of the team that served the royal family. He worked in the kitchen preparing meals for the family day in and day out. He knew their habits, their likes and dislikes, and the way they interacted with one another when the world wasn't watching. He saw them in a way that very few people ever could. And now, after all these years, he is ready to tell the world what he saw. His perspective could change everything. People have often wondered what Camilla is really like, and now the chef's insights could provide answers. His experiences in the royal kitchens may offer a more honest, unfiltered look at the woman who became queen consort. Perhaps he will paint a picture of a woman who is far more complex than the public has ever imagined. Or perhaps he will confirm some of the suspicions that have been swirling around her for years. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: the chef's account will be one that people will want to hear. As we wait for his story to unfold, the curiosity continues to build. What will the former royal chef reveal about Camilla? What will he say about the woman who became so central to the royal family? The questions are endless and the answers are finally on the horizon. The chef has lived a life full of secrets and now he's ready to share them. The public is waiting with bated breath to learn what he knows. And as he prepares to speak, the world is about to get a closer look at one of the most mysterious members of the royal family. Working in the royal kitchens was far from a regular job. It was not just about preparing delicious meals for the family, it was about being a part of something much bigger, something that most people could never imagine. The royal kitchen was not just a place where food was made, it was a place where secrets were kept, where power was present in every dish, and where a glimpse into royal life could be seen with every meal served. For years, the former royal chef stood in the background, performing his duties, observing the world around him. His role was simple yet incredibly important, and it gave him a unique view of the royal family's life that very few people ever get to experience. In the kitchens there were no cameras, no reporters, no publicists. It was a world hidden from the eyes of the world. What happened behind those closed doors remained a mystery for most. Only the people who worked there truly knew what went on, and the former chef was one of those people. He saw it all. He witnessed the dynamics of the royal family, their habits and their personalities, but most importantly, he saw the moments that would never make the headlines. He was there not just cooking their food but experiencing their world in ways no one else could. This world wasn't just about royal glamour, it was a world full of tension, power struggles, and personal interactions that were hidden from the public eye. The chef was in the heart of it all, but for years he kept silent about what he saw. Why did he stay silent for so long? Why didn't he share the stories, the moments, and the inside details of life in the royal kitchens? The answer is complex. There was an unspoken rule, a sense of loyalty and respect for the royal family that kept him from speaking out. It wasn't just about cooking, it was about being trusted with their lives, their secrets, and their personal moments. In a world that was already full of cameras and attention, the kitchen was one place where the family could be themselves without the eyes of the world judging them. And the chef who spent his days in this hidden world was there to serve, not to expose. He understood that the royal family's privacy was something to be respected. But as time passed, the curiosity about life in the royal kitchens only grew. What was it really like to work behind the scenes? What did the chef see that others couldn't? What was life in the palace really like, away from the public events and media scrutiny? The public was left to wonder, to imagine, and to speculate. For years, people could only guess what life in the royal kitchens was like. The secrets remained locked away, hidden behind the kitchen doors. But now the chef is finally ready to reveal what he witnessed, and that changes everything. What could he possibly say about life in the royal kitchens that we don't already know? The answer lies in the details, the small moments that go unnoticed by the public but are incredibly revealing. It's not just about the meals he prepared, it's about the people he served. It's about the quiet moments when the family when they were no longer in front of cameras or public eyes. The chef was there and he saw how the royal family interacted, how they dealt with stress, how they showed love, and sometimes how they showed tension. These small moments are what make the royal family's life truly fascinating, and the chef was the silent observer of it all. Over the years, the chef had a unique position. He was a part of their world, but he wasn't directly involved in it. He wasn't a royal family member, but he was close enough to witness their daily lives. He saw their routines, their likes, and he saw how they handled public events, how they behaved when the cameras were off, and how they interacted with each other when no one was watching. He wasn't just an outsider looking in, he was a part of their world, yet he remained apart from it. This gave him a perspective that no one else could have. He saw things that most people would never even dream of. Now, as he prepares to share his story, the curiosity continues to grow. People want to know what life in the royal kitchens was really like. What kind of meals did he prepare for the family? What kind of conversations did he overhear? What moments did he witness that would change the way we see the royal family? The chef's experiences are a rare and valuable window into a world that few people will ever get to see. His time in the royal kitchens wasn't just about food, it was about the people he served, the interactions he observed, and the stories he could tell. The world is about to learn about the royal family in a way that has never been done before. The chef's story will reveal things that have been hidden for so long. The world will get to see a side of the royal family that has never been shown before. But as we wait for the chef to speak, the questions keep coming. What exactly will he reveal? What moments will he share? What secrets will he uncover about life in the royal kitchens? We can only wait and wonder. One thing is certain: the chef's perspective is invaluable. He worked in the royal kitchens where few people are allowed to go. He was trusted with the royal family's most private moments, their meals, and their time away from the public eye. His insights into their lives will change the way we think about the royal family. The secrets he holds could answer questions that have been asked for years. He is about to give the world a glimpse into the hidden world of the royal kitchens, and we will finally get the answers we've been waiting for. The wait is almost over. Soon the former royal chef will step forward and tell the world what he knows. His story will change everything. It will shed light on the royal family in a way that has never been done before. And as we wait for the first words of his story, the curiosity continues to grow. What will he reveal about life in the royal kitchens? What moments will he share that will forever change the way we see the royal family? The answers are coming soon, and they will answer questions that have been asked for years. The world is about to get a peek behind the palace doors, and we will all be listening closely to every word the chef has to say. The royal family is one of the most well-known families in the world. Their lives are constantly in the spotlight, and every detail of their personal lives seems to be examined under a microscope. But despite all the attention, there are still so many things that remain a mystery. How do they handle their daily lives behind closed doors? What happens when the cameras are off and they are simply a family, not the public figures we see in the media? For many years, the public could only guess about the royal family's private moments. The royal chefs who worked in the kitchens and were behind the scenes knew more than anyone else. And one of those chefs is now ready to speak out. This chef, who spent years preparing meals for the royal family, is about to share a perspective that no one else can. He wasn't just an observer from afar, he was right there in the heart of the royal household. He saw the small moments that the world never gets to see. He watched the family interact with each other, handle their pressures, and deal with the challenges that came with their status. He was the person who saw what happened when the cameras weren't rolling and the world wasn't watching. And now, after so many years of silence, he's ready to tell the world what he knows. The curiosity around his story is immense. People have always wondered what life is really like for the royal family. We see them on television, at public events, and in the media, but what is their life like when the world isn't looking? The chef's time in the royal kitchens gives him a unique perspective on this. He was there in the private spaces where the family could be themselves. He witnessed things that no one else could. What will he reveal about their lives behind closed doors? How did they act when they weren't in the spotlight? What did the chef learn from spending years working closely with the royal family? These are the questions that everyone wants answered. As the chef prepares to speak out, the public is left to wonder, what will he say? Will he describe moments of joy, warmth, and togetherness? Or will he expose moments of tension, conflict, and pressure that have been hidden from the public for so long? The possibilities are endless. His experiences in the royal kitchens are unlike anything the public has ever heard before. He had a front row seat to history, and now he's ready to share what he witnessed. There are many questions about what life is really like in the royal kitchens. What did the chef see behind the scenes? How did the royal family behave when no one was around to see them? What kind of relationships did they have with each other? The chef has the answers. He spent years working in the royal kitchens, preparing food for some of the most powerful people in the world. But his job wasn't just about cooking, it was about being part of a world that few people ever get to experience. He saw things that were never meant to be seen, and now he's ready to share those moments with the world. For the royal family, their public image is everything. They are constantly in the public eye, and every move they make is scrutinized. But behind the scenes, things are different. In the kitchens, the family could let their guard down. They were not the public figures that the world knew. They were simply people dealing with their own personal challenges and pressures. The chef was there to witness those moments. What did he see? What kind of people were the royal family members when the cameras weren't around? The chef's experiences will answer these questions and give the world a deeper understanding of the royal family. Over the years, the curiosity about life in the royal kitchens has only grown. People have wondered what it's really like to serve the royal family, to be part of their daily routines, and to witness their private moments. The chef's time in the kitchens gives him an unparalleled insight into their world. He wasn't just a cook, he was a witness to their lives. He saw how they interacted with each other, how they handled stress, and how they dealt with the ups and downs of life in the royal spotlight. Now he is ready to share what he knows. The question on everyone's mind is why now? After all these years, why is the chef choosing to speak out now? What has changed? Why is he ready to reveal the secrets he's kept for so long? The answer lies in the chef's personal journey. For many years he chose to remain silent. He respected the family's privacy and understood the importance of keeping their lives out of the public eye. But now, after years of reflection, he feels it's time to speak up. The world is ready to hear what he has to say, and he believes that his story can offer valuable insights into the lives of one of the most famous families in the world. The curiosity surrounding the chef's story continues to build. What secrets will he reveal? What moments will he describe? The world is eager to hear his account of life in the royal kitchens, to get a glimpse of the royal family behind the closed doors of their private lives. The chef's experiences are valuable because they offer a unique perspective on a world that is usually hidden from the public. His story will provide answers to the questions that have lingered for years, and it will give the public a deeper understanding of the royal family's life, not as public figures, but as human beings. The royal family has always been a subject of fascination. We see their faces in magazines and on television, but we don't know what happens behind the closed doors of the palace. The chef, who worked in the royal kitchens for years, has seen it all. He was there watching the family interact, observing their personal moments, and gaining insight into their true personalities. Now he's ready to share those insights with the world. His story will reveal things that have been hidden for years, and it will give the public a deeper understanding of what life in the royal family is really like. As the chef prepares to speak out, the world is listening. His story is one that will answer many questions and provide valuable insights into a world that most people will never have access to. The royal family's life is full of mystery, and the chef's experiences offer a rare glimpse behind the curtain. What will he reveal? The answers are coming soon, and the world will be watching closely. For years, the royal family has been the subject of intense public fascination. Their lives are constantly in the media spotlight, with every move they make being watched and analyzed by the world. But despite all the attention, there are still so many unknowns about what their lives are really like behind closed doors. We see the royal family at public events, smiling for the cameras and attending important functions, but what happens when the cameras are off? How do they interact with each other when they are no longer performing for the public? These are the questions that many people have asked over the years, and the former royal chef is finally ready to provide some answers. The chef, who spent many years working in the royal kitchens, is now speaking out about his experiences and offering a unique look at life behind the palace doors. For so long, the public could only guess what life was really like inside the royal family. The chef, having worked closely with them, is one of the few people who has an insider's view of their private lives. He saw what happened when the cameras weren't around, and what the family was really like when they were not in front of a crowd. His perspective is incredibly valuable because he was in the heart of the royal household, working day in and day out with the people who made up one of the most famous families in the world. As the chef prepares to tell his story, the curiosity surrounding what he knows is growing. The public wants to know what life in the royal family is really like. What does the chef know about the family's interactions, their personalities, and their private moments? What will he reveal about the times when the family was just being themselves, without the weight of the public eye on them? People are eager to learn more about the royal family, and the chef is about to give them the chance to do so. But what exactly will he say? Will he describe moments of kindness and warmth, or will he shed light on tensions and challenges that the family faced behind closed doors? The curiosity is high because people know that the chef's experiences are unique. He spent years working closely with the royal family, preparing their meals and serving them in ways that most people could never imagine. His time in the royal kitchens gives him a rare and valuable perspective on what life was really like for the family. He wasn't just an outsider observing from the outside, he was in the heart of their daily lives, witnessing moments that few people ever get to see. There are so many questions about the royal family that remain unanswered. How do they deal with the pressures of being constantly in the public eye? What are their true personalities like when they are not performing for the cameras? How do they interact with each other behind closed doors? These are all questions that the chef is in a unique position to answer. He worked in the royal kitchens for years, preparing meals for the family and seeing them at their most private moments. Now, after so many years of silence, he is ready to share what he has seen. The curiosity surrounding his story is intense because it offers a glimpse into a world that is usually hidden from the public. The royal family's private life has always been shrouded in mystery, with only a few insiders knowing what really happens behind the scenes. The chef's account will offer a rare look at the family's interactions, their personalities, and their true nature. He is one of the few people who can give us a window into that world, and people are eager to hear what he has to say. As the chef prepares to reveal what he knows, the anticipation continues to grow. What secrets will he share about life in the royal kitchens? What will he say about the relationships between the family members? What moments will he describe that the world has never seen before? The questions are endless, and the curiosity surrounding his revelations is only building. People are eager to hear his account, to learn more about the family that has captured the world's attention for so long. The chef's decision to speak out is significant because it offers a perspective that no one else can provide. He worked in the royal kitchens, serving the family on a daily basis and witnessing their interactions up close. He wasn't just a distant observer, he was an active part of their daily lives. He knew their routines, their likes and dislikes, and their behavior when no one else was around to see them. His story has the potential to change the way people view the royal family. It could provide answers to the questions that have lingered for years, and give the public a better understanding of what life is really like for the family. As the chef prepares to share his story, the world is waiting to hear what he has to say. His revelations could change everything. For years the public has been curious about the royal family's private life, and now the chef is ready to offer a rare glimpse into that world. What he shares could reveal things that have never been seen before, and offer a new perspective on the royal family that could challenge the way people have viewed them. The chef's insights are invaluable because they come from someone who was there, who worked closely with the royal family, and witnessed their lives from a perspective that few others could. His time in the kitchens gave him a unique opportunity to see the family in a way that most people never could. He was there day in and day out, preparing meals, observing interactions, and gaining insight into their true personalities. Now as he prepares to speak out, the world is finally going to get a closer look at the royal family. The excitement and curiosity surrounding his story are understandable. After all, the royal family is one of the most famous families in the world, and their lives have always been of great interest to the public. What the chef knows could change everything we think we know about them. His story is one that people are eager to hear, and soon, the world will get the chance to learn more about the family that has captured our attention for so long.